It's just comfort food. It's really good.
Who doesn't love cheese? I mean, I think it's more of a staple of Texas, not so much Bryan College Station, but just Texas.
It's better than cheese. Can't go wrong with cheese.
It's easy, it's quick. You can make a meal out of it. You can throw some ground beef in it or some sausage in it, and guess what? You've got a meal all of a sudden.
Texans are crazy about it. In fact, some call it liquid gold.
It's delicious. I love it.
Yeah, I love queso.
Queso is a hot topic in Bryan College Station. In fact, by our lowest estimate, at least 25% of all restaurants in Aggieland offer queso on the menu. So we decided to try and find the best. We selected 12 restaurants known for their queso and conducted blind taste tests. Our tasters filled out a score sheet, and interestingly enough, over 90% of our tasters couldn't guess which restaurant the queso was from. And now, the top 3 finalists. First up, Ozona Bar and Grill, known for its great patio and live music.
We're here at Ozona Grill and Bar in Bryan College Station, Texas, and right now we're hanging out with Bryan. He's the general manager here at Ozona. And Bryan, tell us what makes your queso so special. Why do people love your queso?
I think our queso separates itself from the competition because of how fresh it is. We make it fresh every day. We make a lot of it, but the main thing is the fresh ingredients.
And what goes into your queso? Tell us that the freshness is key, but what's inside it?
We got some, obviously we got the cheese, but we get the jalapenos, the tomatoes, the yellow onions, and what am I missing? Cilantro. We actually get that fresh locally here from one of our vendors.
Do you have Ozona queso fanatics? Do you have people that come in here just solely for the queso?
We do. We got people that come in, and if the color's a little bit darker than they're used to, it's like it's been sitting out for a little bit, they'll send it right back and say, hey, give us some fresh queso. So we do have some what you said. I don't want to use the word I was thinking of about their queso.
Okay, and they're fanatics about the quality control. And so why do you think there's queso fanatics, not only in Texas, but it seems Bryan College Station is a hotbed for queso fanatics?
I really don't have the answer to that, but it is true. I mean, on everything, they throw queso on it now. Maybe it's the millennials. It's the youngins, the kids. They're changing it up, but I mean, anything on the menu, I would not be surprised if it came back and said add queso. So,
have there been some stuff that people have added queso to here that's kind of been a staple now?
Definitely, we added it to our menu now for the chicken fried steak. So common, normal would be get the gravy on it or the side, but now we have queso. So we have a queso style chicken fried steak, chicken fried chicken, basically anything. Like I said, with just regular mixed cheese, they'll sub it out for queso. So.
And how much do you go through in a day, in a week? What's your amount?
Just a bunch. I think 30 pounds would be a good daily estimate. Obviously, you can double, triple that when it comes to game weekends, game days. But we go through quite a bit.
So it's probably the most popular item on your menu?
Definitely.
Well, I'll tell you what. Can we go back and see how it's made?
Let's do it.
Let's go back.
Ingredients, we got tomatoes, which is chopping now. Go through probably about a queso those a day just for the queso. Next, we'll get into the jalapenos. Quite a bit of those. I think we're doing a queso tomatoes. We're probably doing 10-15 pounds of jalapenos. Then the cilantro, it's a bunch right there. What do you say? How many bunches did we do? Probably about 20 bunches of cilantro just for the queso. And the onions, I mean, we're buying 50-pound sacks of onions every 2 days, so probably go through about 20 pounds of that as well. And the queso alone, like I mentioned, 30 pounds just for cheese. Cut it all up, mix it all together. Ozona queso.
Next up on our list is Fuego, a restaurant known for its street-style tacos.
We're with David. He's the general manager of Fuego here in Bryan College Station. And David, what makes your queso so special? Tell us.
Well, the secret is love. The guys come in and they come energetic to work, and they're just eager to make all the queso that the customers ask for. That and of course our pepper jack cheese. So
love and pepper jack cheese.
Love and pepper jack cheese.
Those are the two key ingredients. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how much queso do you go through in a day?
In a day, I would say roughly around between 60-65 gallons of queso.
Gallons.
Gallons of queso.
Oh my goodness. Is that the same for a football weekend, or is it?
Oh,
even more?
absolutely not. That's during this time right now, which is not slow for us. Y'all keep us busy, but during football weekend, I would say double or triple it sometimes.
And how much cheese do you have to get to make 65 gallons of queso?
I would say about 30, 60 pounds of cheese. Yeah.
And and tell us, what are some funny stories you've heard from customers, or just some love, or are there queso fanatics out there? What's the deal with queso?
Well, they call it liquid gold because this is Fuego's liquid gold. It's when we first opened, it's what people were calling it. And they would come in, first they started by the quarts, and now they're up to half gallons or gallons of queso they come by for. Our drive-thru stays very busy, just people picking up queso.
What's the largest order of queso you ever done?
About 12 gallons for one order, yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, can you mind showing us behind the line, revealing the curtain and showing the secret a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go find out how the liquid gold is made.
Alrighty, so the process for making our liquid Fuego gold is, you got Nazario here, my cook, and he'll boil about a gallon of water, and then he'll put about 10 pounds of cheese in there, pepper jack cheese, of course. Constantly, that way it doesn't lay at the bottom. It cooks about 10-15 minutes and you'll have your liquid gold. And then you get your chips and you chip away and you just enjoy it.
And rounding out our list of the top 3, Harvey Washbangers, where one side is a laundromat and the other side a bar and grill, where they say, do your laundry until your lights go out.
We're at what might be one of the most unique places on our queso list. That's Harvey Washbangers here in Bryan College Station, Texas. And right now we're hanging out with the general manager of Harvey Washbanger, that's Michael. And so tell us, what makes your queso so unique, so special than all the rest in town?
I think one of the big things that makes queso special is the chips. We cook our chips up to order. So they're raw when you put that order in, and we cook those up fresh to you. It doesn't do any good to have really good queso if you've got lousy chips to put it on. So I think that's one of the big things everybody really loves about our queso.
So you actually fry each batch each time an order comes out. You're frying new chips.
Yeah, we fry up just as many as it takes to fill that order. The rest of them stay raw and waiting for the next person to order in some more queso.
Tell me about your queso fanatics. Do you have people that come in and put it on unusual stuff, or just come in for the queso only?
A lot of people come in just for the queso, or they slap it on any burger that they can find, or just all kinds of unnatural combinations. But as long as they love it, I'm happy.
So there's a laundromat on the other side of the restaurant here. So I got to ask the question: how do you get queso out of a shirt?
I think that's not my strong suit on getting it out, other than just the old-fashioned method of just licking it off. So I think that's the best way to do it.
You don't want to waste any, right?
No, liquid gold.
That is liquid gold. That's the best way to describe it. And speaking of the liquid gold, why do you think queso is so popular in Texas and this region of Texas, to be specific?
I don't know. We Texans seem to hold on to some very weird things as near and dear to our hearts, and queso definitely tops that list of what's special. So just the rest of the country doesn't seem to quite grasp how amazing cheese makes everything. But
can we see your amazing cheese?
Absolutely.
All right, follow us back to the kitchen.
Thank you, sir. All right, so one of the things that makes our queso de jefe so good is we take our regular queso, which is already an awesome place to start, and we add onto that some avocado pico, which is like a guacamole, but it's a little chunkier. We don't mash it up and make it totally smooth, so you get all the nice big bites of that fresh, ripe avocado in there, mixed with diced red onions and tomatoes, cilantro, lime juice, all that good stuff, and then a good healthy helping of serrano peppers to give it that bite. So that pairs with the creamy cheesy goodness in a fantastic way. We also add some chorizo in there, which is probably Mexico's greatest gift to the world as far as food is concerned. That just makes it so rich and absolutely delicious. And as I mentioned before, one of the big things about queso is you got to have good chips. So when you order queso at Harvey Washbangers, this is how your chips are when you order it. And then we cook these up to order, and then you get the absolute best queso that I think you're going to find in town. So, cheers.
So that's our top 3, Ozona, Fuego, and Harvey Washbangers. And by a very narrow margin, the winner is Fuego.
We feel honored. We feel very honored. We're blessed, and we appreciate y'all voting us #1 queso, Bryan College Station. Thank y'all.
There's a lot of queso to be found in Bryan College Station, but one thing is sure. No matter where you pick, it's bound to be delicious.